Static Shock. Alex didn't finish it because he's a terrible person. Jeffrey barely finished it because he's
I
also a
did.
terrible person.
It's true.
And I finished it.
I finished as well.
Well, finished the first season.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
because we agreed that as the interim for this week, because nothing was really out yet, that we wanted to start, and we hadn't gotten enough people together to decide what we were going to start. We decided we were going to do an interim anime or an interim show this week, and decided on Static Shock.
Which is weird because some shows already have 2 episodes out.
Some do, and
Yeah.
some have none. So,
Right? It's very
but I mean, we also had not gotten anybody together. We hadn't gotten Alex in here for like 3 weeks now. So,
because of his internet.
Yeah, we do need to hear his Megalobox review.
All right. What do you think of Megalobox?
Good. Next.
Boom.
moving on.
A man
Going
of
back
few
and
words,
doing
Alex.
the thing that, once again, our new tradition. I'm Nick.
I'm
Alex.
Jeff.
Oh my god, you
Ah,
fucked it up already.
We did.
Do it
Okay.
again from the top.
I'm
All
Nick.
right. I'm Jeff.
I'm Alex.
I'm Brandon.
You all suck.
It's like that one
Yeah.
game where you count, but you have to like count in a way that doesn't talk over someone.
Sure, Brandon.
What game is this?
That's a game that
It's
exists.
like an actual game. You have to count like 1, 2, 3, 4. But,
He's right. It definitely is a real game that
multiple
people
people
really
can't.
play with each other.
But most people can't say the same number while they're counting.
Yep.
You mean like sevens? Skipping sevens?
No, like you just count 1, 2, 3, 4 in a group, but you're not allowed to like clash with someone. So if 2 people say 4, they're out.
Okay. No, yeah, I do remember a game like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Isn't
Elementary school game.
Seven's a drinking game?
I
Maybe.
remember 7 Up where you have to like look on your desk and you got chosen or something. I fucking don't remember.
Heads up, 7 Up. I
Yeah.
remember the name, but I don't remember how it works.
I remember there was
but-
something to do with your thumb, even putting your thumb
Everyone
down or
puts
up.
their thumbs up. People who are chosen put your thumb down. You have to guess who picked you.
It doesn't matter. This isn't 7 Up book club. This is anime book club.
Fucking
So we're here to talk about Static Shock.
It was okay. I liked it.
Yeah, I was
It
kind
is
of the
interesting.
same.
It was interesting to go back to early the year 2000 and watch
Early
a show
90s?
from then. The early
Yeah.
90s, as I said earlier, because I fucked up literally what I was thinking about and the actual year it came out. But it was interesting to go back and watch it again.
It's
It's also-
weird because it's like there was so much that I felt like I remembered, but it was only vaguely remembering it.
Hmm
So it was just big nostalgia thing for me was how I mostly felt.
You know what was big nostalgia was the credits where they showed the ads for the other shows that were gonna go on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was like a massive nostalgia trip. To like up next on Teen Titans.
Yeah, they had Teen Titans and they had
Jackie
Shaolin
Chan.
Showdown.
Oh
the
my
Jackie
God.
Chan show.
Oh,
I forgot
Shaolin
about.
Showdown!
Yeah.
There was a couple. I now kind of want to go back at some point in the future and rewatch the first season of Teen Titans and see if it's like it's that same thing of like rose-colored glasses of like I remember it being like so good and then I want to go back and see it and be like it kind of doesn't look as good as I remember.
I mean, the only problem I had with the show was that, or with Static Shock, was it's not even part of the show. It's just the way we had to watch it. It just was not very good. Like it looked like crap. But it's
Yeah.
not the show's fault.
Yeah. The resolution was not great, but I also, HD wasn't exactly a thing back in the year 2000, so I'm not surprised.
Well, even then, like it would still look pretty crisp if it wasn't being like compressed to fucking high shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to think like a lot of the uploads were probably a result of someone on like their VHS player taping over.
Dog, this is 2000s. DVDs, dude.
I had a VHS player
I had
until like
VHS in
2006.
Yeah.
Same.
Also, I'm pretty sure these were like at least recorded way past the year it came out. Because I'm pretty sure there were reruns running until 2006.
Yeah. Well, they were definitely reruns because they were showing again, referencing the stuff we were seeing at the end, they were showing like, the new episodes were from like the last season of it. I'm pretty sure. So
Maybe.
they were records of the show from like 2004.
Yep. The music got kind of annoying because they just play the same track over and over again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They had like 3 tracks and that was it.
It was
The
weird.
budget
You
was
weren't here
real.
when we were talking about it, but I like read the Wikipedia article where it was like they basically had to create their own soundtrack because the music designer for the show wanted it to be like very like hip hop inspired, but the beats per minute was too low, and so he had to combine like electronic music with hip hop vocals. And it was one of those things where I was like reading it and I'm like, that sounds like such a good idea, and then listening to it, I'm like, this is not working.
I mean, it could work. The problem is that they just didn't have the money. Like, you can only do so much with what little you're given.
Yeah.
So they just had to have like a 30-second track and just loop it over and over again and play it the entire fucking show / episode. But yeah, that warned you. Also, the fucking the B footage or the stock footage of Static going, I don't know, super static or whatever.
Static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which played every episode without fail.
I mean, that was back in like the classic days of transformation scenes, though.
Yeah. Gotta recycle what you can.
I really wish like the main crew who did Batman made this. 'Cause it would've
Like
been so much
OG
better.
Sailor Moon, they did like the transformation sequence in every
Yeah.
episode.
Mhm.
Jesus.
The Power Rangers where they morphed together to form the
Which is,
Megazord
like,
or whatever it was called.
A fucking minute of footage.
Yeah,
You're like,
every
sweet.
single time. You
Now
gotta
we want
play
to
it
do
all.
a 19-minute episode instead of a 20-minute episode. Let's see. Something similar also happened with Gundam Wing, where like the first half of Gundam Wing, a good quarter is just stock footage of fucking Heavy Arms like shooting out his rockets from his boobs, fucking Death Scythe just killing the same Leo over and over again, fucking Itaku just like blazing everything on fire, and fucking Hero just going, "I am Hero," and just being sulky and pissed off the entire time. That was an episode of the first half of Gundam Wing.
Interesting.
And I should know because I rewatched it like 2 months ago.
I
Oh, wow.
I feel like Gundam was definitely the show that I watched the least. That's like still popular from when we were kids.
Uh,
I like barely watched the Gundam shows.
I did.
Same.
I mean, the one
What's
I
his
remember
name?
watching the most is G-Fighter. Which is weird because 2 Gundams came out in between that time. Fucking Wing and Seed, which was god-awful.
What's the one? I feel like this is going to be Seed, but what's the one where they had the Chibi Gundams?
ST Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
That one
Yeah.
I
like,
think
just
that
the-
was the one I watched the most of, but I feel like I only watched like 10 episodes of it.
I
don't-
remember it.
I don't think it was for kids, but Foxbox maybe? If that name rings any bells to you, Nick?
No.
Xbox. What
Re-
the fuck?
Xbox.
I think I
It's-
remember watching it on fucking Cartoon Network, dude.
It's it was the thing before 4Kids took over.
And ruined everything.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Kids WB before?
Okay, no, it's
Okay.
weird. Like, it was Warner Brothers for a little bit, and then... No, I'm pretty sure it was Fox, and then Warner Brothers. And then there was, like, some weird schism where half of it went to Cartoon Network, and another half, like, later on got revived on Disney XD.
Huh.
It was really weird. Like,
And
I-
before that, Jetix.
Oh, I
yes,
remember that.
Jetix was before...
I do
Disney
remember
XD.
JetX.
I remember watching Power Rangers on Jetix so fucking much.
so much.
Also Digimon.
SPD and all that shit.
Yeah, I remember watching Digimon on JetX.
Oh, fucking SPD Rangers and goddamn fucking...
Yeah.
The
Was
Wolf
Super
Power
Robot
Ranger.
Monkey Team Hyperforce Go on that on Jagex, or was
Yeah,
that on?
Super
was-
Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce, go.
I'm pretty sure that was also actually first WB and then went to Jetix.
Maybe.
But the weird thing is Teen Titans went to Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
See, that's why there was like... I think like they had a divorce and like they had to like, you know, split it up halfway. Make it even Stevens. Ah. But yeah, it's all still very hazy. We can probably look it up at some point, but I don't feel like doing that. Seeing the whole fucking studio collapse and then become another studio. Or would it produce it? Fuck, I don't know.
It would probably be producer
Maybe producer or
or network owner.
network better. The network's better, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I remember on Disney XD they were showing Naruto Shippuden for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah,
I remember, like, I vaguely remember an episode.
it felt really weird seeing that just in the corner, Disney XD. It's like, sure,
Naruto.
okay.
It feels like a bizarre combination.
I think they were trying to catch in on like the whole like extreme kids sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Nick, how would you feel if like you just turned on to Disney XD and all of a sudden you're watching Hellsing?
Only if it's Helsing Ultimate.
Sure.
Can we have the Nazis and Zeppelins come rain fire on London? That shit would
It's
be
not-
hype.
No, it's not even Hellsing Ultimate. It's Hellsing Abridged.
Oh god. Jesus fuck. That would be quite the thing.
I would be. Anyways, back to our discussion on Static Shock. What you guys think? What was your favorite episode? Alex, you can't really answer the question because you only watched half of it.
Oh, he can give an answer to his favorite so far.
He can.
You guys go.
My
That's hard because to me there was no standout episodes. Nothing else like, yes, this was a particularly good episode.
I gotta say, probably one of my favorites, just for like the weird subtext that I can assign it from like a, as like a show, it's definitely geared more towards like inner city kids and like dealing with their problems in the context of like a superhero world. And so it was the episode where it's like the rematch with Rubber Band Man, where he's disguised as the
Rapper.
guitar musician.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's his actual identity.
No,
it
it's
might
not.
be. I don't think it
No,
is.
it's
I'm
not.
pretty sure
It's not?
I'm pretty sure what he
It-
looks like is his actual identity, and then he can disguise himself as Stringer.
Well,
Yeah.
I just thought like his suit was his suit. Well, I guess he does like get a fucking beard, so never mind.
Yeah.
Because in his first appearance, they explicitly say what he looks like without his superhero form. It's
Oh, they
basically
do
the
show
same
that.
thing.
So it was. I liked it because it was like an interesting way of like discussing having a relationship with somebody who's on the run, and like your boyfriend's gonna go to jail, and it was like this whole conversation about like how to be in love with somebody who's going to jail, and I'm just like, this is such a bizarre message to send to children. The whole like, your boyfriend is a good guy, but he's going to go to jail, but that's the right thing, and he'll get out soon, and then you can be with him. And I'm like, this is such a weird thing to tell children.
Inner city
Well,
struggles.
hold on. 3 episodes later, she's texting another dude.
Yeah, seriously. It's like 2 episodes later. It was like 1 or 2 episodes later. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Something about Rob. I think it was Rob, right?
I think so, or
I think it
something
was
like
his
that.
R name.
So that was a little bit.
That's
It was
nuts.
kinda funny. Definitely was not kosher for their whole relationship, but it was. I liked it. It was a weird message, but it was a good episode. I think it was a good way to deal with that as like a topic for inner city kids and like a fact of their lives.
I'm just so surprised this show takes place in Dakota.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not North or South Dakota, just Dakota.
Yep.
I didn't think that place had cities.
It doesn't. It has cows and very loosely populated neighborhoods.
Jeffrey, your favorite episode?
Again, there's nothing particularly stout except for maybe the what was it called? Two Fathers, the one where Sons of Our Fathers, I think it was called, the one where we get fucking
The
White House
racist
friend.
episode.
Yeah, the racist episode. Yeah,
Well, the
that was
racism
to me
episode.
that was the most standout one because it dealt with a very, again, a much more realistic thing. Same thing as Nick, just because it showed a thing that really happens, and it seemed kind of out of place in a superhero show. But I mean, it was a solid episode too.
I mean, I'm just surprised, like, the kid actually just yells out, "You're racist," and then just runs away.
He does do that.
I thought they were going to be, like, a bit more, like, not subtle about it, but, like, not actually say
Nah.
it. So, I was just pleasantly surprised when they were like, "You're fucking racist," and then he just walks away.
I don't know how they could be more subtle about that when he threw out like 3 different "your people" comments.
What do you
Like, there's
guys
nothing
think?
there
subtle
was really
about
no
that.
subtlety.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't subtle, but I just didn't think they would actually call him a racist.
Would you have been happy? Would you have been less surprised if he had called him a bigot?
Well, they do that too.
Do they?
Yes. The dad
Okay.
calls him a bigot.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I was more talking about like in that particular scene where the son has to yell out something.
I thought he would have just yelled out, "Ugh, you always ruined my life," and then he runs away.
Oh God, that would happen.
I
like-
fucking hate you.
You're ruining my life.
I'm gonna go back to my room. Alex, your favorite episode?
Never got to anything that impressive.
Okay, well, I didn't think anyone was gonna ask this question, so I didn't prepare, and I don't know how to answer.
Yeah.
You asked the question.
Shut up, Jeffrey.
Like, I really thought you were going to have more for this, Brandon, because you were the one who asked. Like, I thought you were going to have something like very specific to talk about, and so I was interested to see where you were taking it. Good to know that you had no plans.
I was really hoping you guys would like start off on like a different tangent before you got to me. And then you just
Yeah.
forget about the question.
So
Are any
so
of
one of the
guys-
things that yeah.
Are any of you guys planning on watching the rest of it?
No.
Nah.
Not really, no. Like, it's
Okay.
an okay show, but like it's not a show like I'd really want to watch again. Or
Yeah.
watch.
Can I continue? All right.
It was
like-
good for nostalgia.
Yeah, because it's really dated. Like it doesn't look that great. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, like the music is kind of annoying. You could probably
Yeah.
watch a show like this somewhere else, and it's better.
Yeah. It's well, since we're on like favorite episodes, it's not season 1, but hey, gotta love the Jimmy episode where a fucking school shooting happens.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and it was done very well.
Oh, I don't remember that. I assume.
Yeah, I saw a clip on YouTube and I was like, oh, that's a thing that happened.
Yep.
And yeah,
And like, I guess like the only notable thing in like the few episodes I saw is like, oh, they actually called them. He actually called them gangbangers. Yep, awesome.
Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, they like have
They're
the
actually
first
back-
episode with the whole like gang banger thing, and his mom dies to gang violence.
Yeah,
It was interesting as like a holistic experience to look at.
Let's see.
It would be the one thing I kind of want to like see what they do more with as time goes on, like dealing with his past and how his mom died and stuff like that.
I don't know. If it was a more recent, more modern show, I feel like they would actually do something with that. But since it's just it was treated more or less just like a kids show back then, with some semblance of trying to say more. But like it was still a kids show, and I don't think they were trying to elevate it as far as they wanted to.
I don't know.
see, I would actually disagree because I feel like the show, like how many shows have a school shooting episode? Like fucking none. I feel like this show was particularly like had different messages than today's things because I think the lessons in today's programming, like I would make an argument Steven Universe is probably the most like the show with the most, oh, here are some morals to learn, at least that I've seen. Everything else seems to be either slice of life or just straight comedy.
I mean, Adventure Time also has some of that stuff. Same thing with regular show.
But Steven Universe has it very regularly, which is why I say it has it the most.
Okay. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Adventure Time has like moral moral issue episodes as often as Steven Universe does.
Definitely not.
They were probably about as often as they were here, and this was presenting those issues in a context which a lot of people can relate with, because it was the inner city and people understood the struggle. And like the episode where he goes to the charter school and basically gets looked down on because he came from the inner city was like something that a lot of people have to deal with their whole lives.
Let's see. First episode. Again. Was it his buddy, quote unquote, that was looking out for him, tells him, "Hey, join the gang so that other kid won't pick on your ass."
Yeah, that's like a very relatively a very serious thing.
I guess so.
That was
Oh,
the funny thing I thought about.
Like a serious thing.
The funniest thing about that first episode was like during that whole sequence, I'm like, why are they presenting joining the gang like it's the good option here?
I don't think they're really doing that because he clearly didn't want to do it.
I mean, he clearly was uncomfortable with it, but they were still like, join the gang. We're all friends. We're going to hang out. We'll have your back. It's going to be super cool here.
Yeah.
Like, why are you presenting this in such a good light?
Yo, hold this
Because to a lot of
What
people,
is
it is a good
it's-
light. It is the good option.
It's a piece.
Yeah, I mean, it took until like, we're going to throw down at the docks. Here's your gat. That it was finally like, oh, this shit's fucked. Like, up
Yeah,
until
well,
that
I feel
point,
like that's kind of the moral, though. Like, it's like, yeah, it might seem like a good option because, again, they are trying to reach that, like, more inner city demographic, but the reality of the situation is that it turns violent quickly.
Oh, can we talk about the fucking cop or security guard who shot at
the
gas
biohazard
tank?
gas things?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
With-
real smart.
with presumably was like a tear gas thing or something?
I thought it was a grenade, dude. They just blow up.
That was a great decision on that guy's part.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it, man.
Nerve agent, don't shoot. Oh, well, that right there's my target then.
Exploding barrel, don't shoot. Ha, joke's on you. I'm not using bullets. I'm just firing metal canisters so I can shoot it all I want.
I mean, hey, it's not red, so it's fine.
Exactly, yeah. That's the
How
rules,
did he
right?
get home?
That's never explained. He just shows up at home.
Okay.
The electricity took him there.
Yeah. I mean,
I was wondering if I missed that. Like, just somewhere, because I was also kind of playing Pokemon during this. So I was fairly sure I missed, like, how he got home, or if they ever explained it. But,
No.
okay.
He actually wakes up the next day and he's like, huh, I'm at home. That's weird. And then they never bring it up again.
That's why I remember that part. That's why I was like, oh, I guess they'll explain it later. And then I just started watching the second episode, completely forgetting that they never explained it.
No, they immediately go into him pulling out like 9 different superhero costumes out of his closet because he apparently keeps those on hand.
No,
So-
his friend keeps those on. Wait, that was his room.
Was,
never
oh,
mind.
was that
No,
his?
he,
no,
no,
that was
no.
definitely his closet because they didn't go to his friend's house until
Yep.
the father episode.
Yep.
See, he has like 3 or 4 different hero outfits in his closet that all have an electric motif.
You never know when you're going to be an electric superhero.
So you got to
Yeah.
keep like 4 different skin tight fucking bodysuits on hand at all times. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that you say skin tight because he chose the one not skin tight outfit.
Yeah. Well, the other 2 that he pulled out were, and then he gets that one, and it's finally like normal-ish.
yeah.
I think he pulled out 3 before the last one.
I don't. I just the one I remember most was the purple one with like the electric bolt cut out down the front that went down to his belly
Yeah.
button, and I was like, that is way too bold.
How much I bet that like that was probably that's like a reference to something in that like, oh, this was how he was originally going to be
It is.
designed. It
Oh,
is
is it a
okay. I
reference?
figured it would be.
It's the reference we're making was I think his name was Black Thunder.
Oh, Black
Black-
Lightning.
Black Lightning, yeah.
He has a TV show now.
Yeah.
Let's look up Black Lightning.
Black Lightning.
He has
or-
a Lego minifig too, and I have it.
yeah.
God damn it.
First knew about him. I think it was Harvey Birdman.
Attorney at law.
Yeah.
Attorney at Caw.
No, Harvey Birdman's not a DC superhero.
No, he just had a cameo in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How to say, because
We're just talking about the
Black Lightning was actually designed because some toy maker wanted to make toys, but they couldn't get the license to Static Shock, but they had a DC license, and so they were like, oh, let's make our own black electricity-based superhero. So they made
Wait.
Black Lightning.
Do you mean Marvel?
Oh,
'Cause Static
no,
Shock's
my
DC.
bad. It's
Yeah, I know.
Black
some like toy or
Vulcan,
TV show.
or that might just be like the name they used to get around copyright, whatever.
So no, like Marvel didn't do any like they DC. The reason Black Lightning exists as a DC character is because someone wanted to make toys or a comic book and they couldn't get Static Shock, so they made Black Lightning instead.
Jeff, it's Vulcan.
Well, there's also a Black Lightning.
Static is also DC.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
they had
know.
the rights to DC. They also had the rights
No.
to Static Shock.
No, so that's not how comic book industries work. Like if I get hired by DC, I don't automatically get to write whatever stories I want. I have to get approved for certain stories. And so if I want to write a Static Shock, they say no, you can't have Static Shock. I say all right, fuck it, I'm going to make my own. And that's how
Okay,
Black
now I
Lightning came to be.
understand.
Okay.
You kept saying that he had a DC license, which makes it sound
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can
So
do
like you
any
can work
of
for
them.
DC.
Okay. Usually when people talk about licensing, they talk about like owning a license to a thing, and therefore you are licensed to use any of their properties.
Yeah.
Like if we were to buy like a license to Queen, then we could use any Queen songs because we paid the people who own Queen, the studio who owns Queen songs, for a license to all of their music.
Although usually you license a song, not a band.
Yeah, you usually would license a song at a time because it costs a lot of money.
Which, by the way, that's like another good. Example.
Come on,
of what we're
Brandon,
talking
you got
about.
this.
It's-
Okay.
I couldn't think of the right word, so whatever. But yeah, so what you're saying, Jeffrey, is they couldn't license Static Shock, so they made a new character.
Yeah, some DC guy.
Yeah.
They were under the purview of DC, but could not get a license to Static.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what you're trying to say. We just said it better.
I'm sure that what Jeffrey said was correct in the context of comics. We just didn't understand it because we don't understand that world or the lingo.
I honestly don't know if I'm right either. So there's a very good chance that I'm totally wrong.
Eh,
And
just assume
guys are
so
completely
until
right.
you're proven wrong. Works out fine for most parts.
Does it?
50-50.
I gotta say though, a lot of the bad guys in Static Shock, going back to the television show that we were talking about, they all had like the same menacing, like shoulders forward march walk. It was interesting. It's like they developed one animation that they were like, this is gonna be our bad guy walk. Model everybody off of this movement style.
I mean, not the
And that
black
was-
dude.
I mean, anybody who had like other movement abilities had, yeah, they had like the flying, and they had the shadow guy who just shadowed his way around.
Oh my god, I love the fat dude. Man, I just wanted to eat some food.
Uh-oh,
Dude.
God.
Well, up until he started stealing shit.
Oh, right.
He did
They
start
got-
taking
but
people's
they got
stuff.
to-
That's
that
only
part?
to buy
Okay.
some food. So, oh no, I think he was justified.
I don't think so. I don't think he was justified in knocking over a museum. Really don't
his
think he
voice
was.
sounded like someone just wanted to do like a Fat Albert impression, and they were just doing
Yeah.
a really bad job of it.
I was like, oh my god, this guy sounds so bad. Her.
Dude, the
He
entire
literally
time-
said like "hey hey" at some instance. I was
did.
like, "This is fucking Fat Albert."
He did. It was a very close to Fat Albert ripoff. The episode with Ice Pack. The entire time I was just trying to figure out if it was Ice Cube or not, or Ice T or not.
Like, actually him, or,
Like actually, the voice actor for Ice Pack was Ice T. I was trying to figure out the entire time. I never came to a conclusion. And I
Doubt
was
it.
like, I feel like it was like so close though. Like the voice was so similar.
I mean,
I
they
had to like
got
look up
Shaq.
episodes of Law and Order just to listen to Ice T say words, and I'm like, it's so close.
It's almost.
Like they had that same like not baritone, but like low voice
Are you saying
and the
you wanna
same
believe?
intonation. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but I felt like it was, and I wanted.
You cut out. Big time. Is there a storm in
hate
your area?
everybody. I hate everybody.
What? You cut out.
I know. I just hate.
We're all aware of that. But why everybody? You should hate your ISP or your fucking
I hate them
apartment
too.
complex.
I hate
Hey,
them
you're
too.
gonna get better internet in a month. Fast forward a year later. What's your internet speed right now? Isn't it like a megabyte per second?
No, it's better now.
Oh, okay. So they actually did make it better. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. They made it better at the cost of I no longer have a Ethernet jack. I now have to use Wi-Fi.
Ah,
Ooh.
that's
Yeah.
absolute garbage.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
That's weird. All right. Nah. What other
I
fun
remember.
stuff are
I
there?
remember. What was it?
Oh, go
The
ahead.
fire guy. I remember him being in more episodes as a kid. I feel like he was
Yeah.
only in a couple.
He's
he was
in
not
a
very.
lot.
Probably later
Does
on.
he come back later?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's my only guess for that. Cause yeah, in the 13 episodes we watched, he was in 2. He was in the first episode where he becomes a bang baby, and then like the 4th or 5th episode, and then you don't see him again.
Yeah. I felt bad for Derek in the 3rd episode where he turns into like the fucking slime monster. Felt so
Yeah.
bad for the poor kid.
I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
like just pure energy monster, not slime.
Well, yeah, it was pure energy, but I
From,
mean, he turned into fucking. He looked like. Goddamn.
Plasmid from
Was that what
Teen
it-
Titans.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Plasmid.
Yeah.
He looked like that thing, and I felt so bad for the poor kid.
I mean,
That was kind of the point of the episode.
he kind of. Oh wait, no, he can turn back.
Oh, he deserved it. No, he couldn't turn back. He could barely turn back because he couldn't.
He could very briefly resume his form, and then he
Yeah.
popped
Yeah.
back to ion ball form.
He couldn't
Yeah.
control it.
Oh wait, no, Plasmid also has it bad.
Oh yeah, doesn't he just like stay as? Wait, no.
He
Does he have to stay in that form to stay alive?
No,
Oh.
he goes in that form as long as he's awake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Plasmid, him, Clayface, they all have.
Clayface could at least like turn it into other people.
No, just like I'm just listing people who have like that similar build and are like have a very malleable like ability.
Wasn't there a golem too in Teen Titans?
Cinderblock.
Cinderblock. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
How do you remember all this shit? Jesus Christ.
There's a lot. I watch a lot of cartoons, and I watched it a lot.
I mean, so did I, but like I don't remember them all.
Well, you just have bad memory in general.
No, I actually have decent
Ooh,
memory,
sick burn.
but only with like stuff that doesn't really matter. Like I sometimes remember
Like
some
names.
really dumb details. Yeah, names are like a big one that I just can't remember for some reason.
Like,
Brandon or Jeff. I mean, like Alex or Jeff. Fuck me.
Oh,
The one name I remember is my own because that's the most important one.
like of things that take up space in my brain. Fucking cartoon details and wrestling moves. It's like, goddamn
Keep
it.
forgetting you're a big wrestling fan. You know what? For an episode of ABC podcast, we should just watch wrestling shows or matches.
I would be down for that. Like, yeah,
I
I'd
feel
be
like that
down
would
for
be like weird to. It would be difficult to
find good
establish
ones.
that. Yeah.
Like,
It's that
let's
fucking shit. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we would have to establish because you have to establish a lot of the plot lines for the matches so that you can understand the context of the
Mm,
match.
You're right.
So it's
nah,
like a-
fuck it. Just go watch.
Just
every
gonna watch one after another.
Just watch a Japanese death match. Fuck it.
Oh my god, no!
Better yet, watch the Japanese one where they fight the dolls. Or the,
Oh yeah, I love that thing. Oh, so good.
Can we just watch a
Wait.
season of MXC?
They fight dolls in Japan. What?
No,
There
so
was-
like it's More
Here,
like
I can find it.
Yeah, it's like a performance theater sort of thing, where it's a person, like an actual person, and they're like play fighting with like a mannequin. I take your stunned silence as in awe of this.
Japan and their wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Versus the blow up doll.
I mean, it's a good description.
Yeah, well, it is a blow up doll,
Yeah,
I think.
it is.
I can't tell. It's too blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
You could tell me that's a real person, I'd believe you.
there's cuts of this where like it's layered with audio from Street Fighter where he's doing Zangief moves on it.
I don't remember Zangief's moves. All I remember is
Big
Guile's.
Russian dude who just pile drives and
I'm
power
mostly
bombs
talking about
you.
his voice.
He was in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, but I don't remember like his like grunts from the game,
Oh, okay.
which is like what would be be spliced over this. All I remember is Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
What is this?
Sonic Boom.
This is
see.
the worst.
What is it the worst, Jeffrey?
Let's
How
see.
how much the worst is it? The worst of all time?
Well, the referee was not the worst of all time.
Is it worse than Death March?
Is
At
that
least
even
something's
possible in
happening.
your opinion?
Yeah, I don't think Death March is the worst. I just thought it was boring.
It's mostly
That's-
just
I mean,
like
that's-
that, but Nick, don't worry about it.
Okay. At least something is happening in this, though.
I'm again contending the point. Outside of the argument of the CGI was annoying, you haven't yet given me anything that I can work with as to why you thought it was bad. Except for the lolly thing, which again was like 30 seconds, and that's just way too picky to
Okay.
to bash an entire season for 30 seconds worth of content.
So wasn't there also that one, like, the other person from the real world who also looked like a 12-year-old girl who kept on trying to sleep with the main character?
That was like a
Was it-
gag that happened like 6 times. It's like you don't actually see anything.
Alex, what's your favorite wrestling move?
Brainbuster. And second to that is Shining Wizard, which is just like
Oh, I thought you were going to say Shining Finger.
where it's just like you run towards a kneeling opponent, you step on his knee, then you kick him in the side of the head. Actually, no. Second is fucking Sweet Chin Music. Because it's so
Oh,
fucking
Fucking
satisfying.
got the fly.
Just people get their heads knocked off.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I am more excited for wrestling the episode.
Are you?
Not really, no.
I didn't think so.
I mean, if not actual wrestling, we could just watch Ultimate Muscle.
Was that one anime that came out in like the early 2000s
Yes.
where like he ate rice?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I think I know what you're talking about.
Did
Yeah.
he
They had,
fart?
like, a
Wasn't
stupid
that his
fucking
special
circle
move?
face.
Imagine if Goku was from a planet of wrestlers.
No, didn't he fart? I vaguely remember farting being his like main ability.
That's Bobobo.
What was it? What was it?
No.
I thought it was,
No,
the
I'm
mustache.
pretty sure it was
There might have
You're
been.
thinking of the flea,
No.
Oh yeah, the flea.
That's also the flea and like
Lucha Libre.
yeah, I'm thinking
Lucha
of, no, I'm
Lucha.
thinking of fucking the wrestling show he's talking about.
There was a baby character with like diaper and a cape, but I never saw him fight.
Okay.
So I wouldn't.
I used to really be into Ultimate Muscle. I used to watch that show a lot,
Okay,
actually.
we can watch that then.
Oh god, no. It's probably just so stupid. Okay.
It
Didn't he
looks
also have like
ridiculous.
a weird like horned haircut thing? Or like it's just like a triangle on his head?
Kind of like a reverse shark fin, I think. Yeah.
I think it
something
was
like
just
that.
a shark fin. Oh, okay, never mind. It wasn't a reverse shark fin.
And then there's like, let's see.
Well, you're actually not entirely wrong with that description, Brandon.
What? His
Hold
farting?
on. No, his
Damn.
reverse shark fin.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that a
yeah.
walrus?
You can't see it there,
Yeah.
but this is him
Oh.
in profile.
Oh!
Oh, what is that swoop from the back? Jesus.
Is that his skin?
I don't
I
think
don't
he's
know.
human. Because wasn't there was like they were aliens.
pretty
like,
sure
there
that
Well,
was
I
a
mean,
man.
right there we see a fucking walrus.
Oh, that's not even the weirdest
Antelope
one.
Man.
Trust me. there was one guy who was like had like giant chest piece shoulders on him. There was one that was like a dinosaur, but like one of his arms was a tail, the other arm was an actual
Dude, are you
T-Rex.
describing Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Sounds like it.
It really does.
You're describing the fucking Dino Kid from Yu-Gi-Oh. Was there a Weevil? Was there a Weevil who looked like a moth? Or a fucking caterpillar?
Oh God. Oh
With a
yeah,
small
there's
fucking
Trust Dude.
picture.
Yeah, and G.I. Joe Man.
There's dude with a horse.
Here, I found the Yu-Gi-Oh card that Alex was
Yeah.
describing.
Oh, what the fuck? That man looks
The
like
hell?
it looks like an old man. Like his face with the bushy brows and the grayness.
Yeah, he does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Is the gray hair.
Well, the gray eyebrows.
He has
Just
no
made
hair.
out of.
I mean, arguably, if you told me somebody had gray hair, I would not think of their eyebrows first, Jeffrey. I would think of the thing
But
on
I'm
their
not
head.
I'm not wrong.
But you're not.
I mean, okay, yeah, semantically, you're not wrong. But in terms of what people think of, you're still an idiot.
So is that skin or is that fur? It doesn't have the fur texture. Well, some parts look like it has a fur texture, but I can't tell.
I have
I
no
just saw
idea.
it was cut out.
It does have some bizarre texturing on it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, there was Bobo, but I thought his super special power was using his nose hairs to fight people.
Oh, I was talking about like a different character, Gasser.
Oh, well, obviously he's got to have farting as a main ability. I feel like we've talked about Bobo on the podcast before.
I
Maybe
feel like
you
we brought it
mentioned
up earlier.
Well, once or twice, probably.
There
I
was,
used to also watch that as a kid.
I
Didn't
remember
that
it being-
show just not end?
It did
It's
end.
still going.
What?
Is
No,
it?
the show, not the manga.
Oh.
The show literally ends with the cast saying, "Oh my god, this is the last episode," and one of the characters is like, "Wait, really?" And he's like, "Yeah," and then it ends.
Yeah, it just ends
credits.
like halfway through a sentence, right?
Yeah, it's just credits. Like they're not even done with the fight.
That's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure one of the jokes they
That's-
say is, "Oh my god, we have to kill him now because it's the last episode," and the main character is shocked, and then it ends. I think it was 12-year-old me wasn't happy. He was like, "What?"
But this was back before, well, I guess there were like still internet forums that people could complain on.
Man, I didn't have the internet till I was in 8th grade.
But a lot of people, it was harder to get your complaints to the people who made it back then, and so they felt justified in doing shit like that.
I mean, the show itself was like just bizarre. So the fact that they did that isn't too surprising. It kind of fits with like what the rest of the show joked about, which is just being fucking stupid.
Didn't Bobo have like very like Black Dynamite-esque reactions to everything?
Kind of.
It was like very excessive.
I'd have to watch
Yes.
it again, but like, was it like an excessive but like serious vibe?
That's kind of what I remember from it. Was everything was like everything was done over the top, but it was done over the top in a way that like there was always an expected result. Like the nose hair thing. Like he was gonna win, but he was doing it with his nose hair, and like everything that happened to his nose hair. And then like I vaguely recall like nose hair particles coming into it where like they had to come and fight off something else when he fought Gasser. I recall it all being like very bizarre. It was a very surreal show.
This all just sounds like we need to watch Bobo.
Next season or next
Next
intro.
intro anime, we'll watch Bobo and try not to shoot ourselves from like the absurdity.
Figure out what the fuck is going on and decide that it's impossible to figure out.
Yes, because okay, I know for sure the bad guys were bald men because they had no hair.
Yes.
I'm willing to believe that.
That was why they were bad.
The
Well,
only
no.
one who I can remember definitively as a bad guy, as like a cast of the main bad guys, was General Jelly Jiggler, who ends up becoming a good guy.
Was that
The Gumby looking
Starman?
guy?
Yes, he was
No,
a blue Gumby looking figure.
Starman was
Don Patch?
Don Patch, there we go.
Don Patch.
Yeah.
There's also
Don-
the fusions.
Yeah,
They all
yes.
become like
Oh,
magical
yes.
schoolgirls.
Yeah.
I recall that the English voice actor for General Jelly Jiggler had a very like James Earl Jones like tenor voice. It was very deep, if I remember correctly. It was super bizarre to see it come out of that thing's face.
I mean, that's great for like a character named General Jelly Jiggler. What did the voice actors think was like going on with this fucking show?
I'm pretty sure they came in and somebody was like, "All right, listen, this show is fucked.
I'm
Just
pretty
do whatever the hell you want."
I'm pretty sure the one thing they said is this show's for Japan, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we get it now." In that they don't get it at all.
There you go. That's what General Jelly Jiggler looked like.
And that that old Cartoon Network logo. What a wonderful show. Jesus Christ.
What a fucking mistake.
We should put that in the plan to watch section of ABC
Oh
podcast.
God.
Should we?
Do we
mean,
have a plan to watch
Why not?
section?
No.
But I'm gonna add it. Why not?
I mean, we don't even have a plan to watch for this next season. That's why Brandon has come up with this horrible plan that's going to fail.
Do you have a better plan?
No. Well, I mean, why don't we do what we always do? Just pick things.
Ugh.
I'm willing to watch. I'm willing to let this fail to prove that I'm right, so that we can go back to our normal thing. I just want you to understand that when it fails horribly and we can't pick anything, that I was right.
Fuck you. My one choice is Grand Blue. There we go.
That means you still have to convince the rest of us to watch it without ever having seen an episode.
It looks funny.
You have to. You have to convince us to watch it.
It looks funny and there's boobs.
I like how you have picked Grand Blue and you're like, I'm going to be able to convince 3 other people to watch it with my great oratory skills. You, Brendan Zapata, master of public speaking, will convince us to watch Grand Blue with you.
I'm surprised he didn't immediately go for it because I told you so.
It's gonna be a wonderful mess next week to listen to Brandon try and convince us to watch.
I just
at
gave you
least
my
one
fucking
episode.
argument. It's funny.
I
It's got boobs.
know that that's gonna be your argument, but you have to give it to us again next week to convince us.
Oh, dear fucking god. No, if you guys don't want to do the 2
I'm
episodes...
sorry. Do you want us to skip your turn next week? Is that what you want from us?
No, I'm saying if you don't want to do the 2 shows thing, then we should just choose it now.
I'm saying I'm willing to do it, but I'm also saying that you have to come up with reasons next week. If you want us to watch Grand Blue doing your thing, nobody else is going to watch Grand Blue. So you have to convince us to watch it when we have never seen an episode. Like, that's what you're telling us to do. So that's what you have to come ready to do next week, or we're not going to watch it.
Sure.
Okay? I want you to understand that that's what you're getting into.
I will also choose Isaka Mao no Shokan Shoujo no Dore as my second.
Okay, go ahead. I already said I wasn't going to ask you guys to watch that show. I said that at the start was I'm not going to ask you guys to watch it.
Dore, where the hell is Dore?
Dore? Dore
It
what?
starts with Isekai.
Yeah, I see it.
It's the Demon Lord show.
Oh,
I said it was good,
I
but I also said I wasn't going to ask you guys to watch 2 ecchi shows, and I want to watch the Hot Springs show, and so I wasn't going to ask you guys to watch it.
I saw clips of this.
So I feel like
And
Brandon is
looks-
picking it to spite me, but it's going to fail because I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I've seen clips of this. I might pick it up.
I think it's good.
Um,
I think it's well done.
I only saw the enslavement ritual part.
It was kind of bizarre, but I think overall it seems interesting.
Actually, speaking of, is Overlord 2 done, Nick?
What?
Yeah, there's
yes,
only
of
the
course.
next season.
There's Overlord 3 right there on the fucking
Yeah.
chart. It's number 2.
Like, you finished it?
Oh, have I?
Oh.
No, I stopped.
Oh, couldn't take it anymore?
Now he just
No.
want to watch the lizard sex, and he's like, I'm okay now.
I got through the end of the Lizard arc. I got up to the start of where they start to explore like the other kingdom essentially to try and find the other world items, and I was like, this is so boring.
I mean, you can only go so far after lizard sex.
I'm
What
gonna say that
about-
that was too far. The lizard sex was too much.
Not too much enough.
It was. I was saying that at the beginning. I was like, lizard sex. It's gonna be hype. I got there and I was like, I regret everything. I don't know why I was hyping this up. This is horrible. I hate this.
You ask and you shall receive.
I thought I wanted it. It's like that first episode of Black Mirror where the entire time I was like, have sex with the pig, have sex with the pig, have sex with the pig. And then they actually did it. And I was like, I was wrong. Go back, undo. Control Z.
Just close your eyes.
I wanted to, but there was like the sound. It was just all
It's-
grunting and squealing, and I'm like, it's too much.
I think just like hearing it and only hearing it might be worse. Because
Exactly,
in-
like
in
at
your
some point,
imagination-
and it was like at some point I was like, if I mute it and turn away, am I even watching the show at that point? Like I may as well just skip it or like stop watching it if I'm
It's-
going to.
It's the
Ugh.
keyboard meme. Is like, wait, no, go fuck, go back. God.
That show. That was one of those instant regret moments, and the lizard sex was another one of them where it started, and I was just like, I was not ready, and I am not comfortable right now. There's something. Something inside of me feels like it's dying.
Everything is
Art
dying
is
all the
supposed to
time.
make you feel uncomfortable, Nick.
That was not art. That was not art. That was a mistake. That was proof that every day we stray further from God's light. Anime was a mistake.
Oh.
What else is new?
Bren, any interest in Zoid Wild?
No.
No?
It looks so stupid. Why would I have interest in it?
I don't know, it's Zoids.
I mean, I remember watching it as a kid, and I thought, this is fun. And that's the most I've ever thought about Zoids.
Okay.
As we learned today with Static Shock, there's a lot of things that you think back on your childhood and say, that was interesting. And then you watch it when you're older and you go, that's not as interesting as I remember.
I would say a Static Shock was least interesting.
I think it was well done, but I think as an overall show, like if they remastered it and redid it today, I don't think it would survive for 4 seasons with just like the content that they showed.
So
I think they would have to do a lot more, like
they
narratively.
rebooted it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they rebooted it with, like, the narrative stuff that they did with, shows like regular show Steven Universe and Adventure Time, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah,
With, Young
but I think
Justice.
as it stands, it would not survive in today's show, whatever market.
See, okay, the shows that you listed are very, very different in what Static Shock was even trying to do. Like they would never do something like that because that's not what the show is trying to do. Like fucking
I guess a better description would be Young Justice.
yeah.
Given
And
that.
I think it could work if they tried it more Young Justice, but yeah, I agree with Nick. It wouldn't survive if it was a better looking version of what we have now.
I would have loved to see what the SJWs would have thought if for a reboot of Static Shock. That'll be a fun Twitter read.
Was there anything like bad about it?
Not
Huh?
particularly.
No, just
Not
like
particularly.
that would probably be a thing I can see them jumping on.
Sure.
I doubt it. I mean, probably because somebody can complain about anything. I think Anime Book Club is living proof of that we can
Out-
find something to complain about.
Yeah, out there, someone's going to complain about something random. Like, always.
That's just a given fact, is that, yeah, anything you produce and put in a public sphere, somebody will be upset about it. I rue the day that should anybody ever find this, I feel like the second person who finds this will be like somebody who hates everything we talk about.
I
And
mean,
they'll
I
just
hate everything we
complain
talk about.
That's because you hate yourself. That's different.
No, it's the same thing.
I hate me, they hate me. What's the difference?
Yeah. What's the fucking difference?
Nick, I think the only show that, with the whole, this was not as good as I remembered, was when I tried rewatching Elfen Lied. Ooh,
Oh God.
that was, whoo, that thing is bad.
I feel like even back then I was not hype on Elfen Lied.
Oh man, I couldn't get through like the second episode because it was.
Elfen Lied was like, it exists at this weird equilibrium of like back when it came out, it was too cerebral for me because I was too young, and
Yeah.
now I'm just like the show is awful.
Oh, it is.
I just remember like middle school.
Like
kids
now I
watching
can
it.
understand it, and I'm like the show sucks. And back then I couldn't understand it, and I was like the show sucks.
There's a different kind of sucking.
I feel like that kind of sucking would have made the show good.
I mean,
Just-
she had 8 arms.
Yeah. Just be glad we never got to like the extra character they added in manga. Oh my god.
Would you
Was it-
like
was
to
it
give
way
us some
too much?
context?
It was just unnecessary and like stupid beyond belief.
Great context.
All right then. Yet another example of how next week is going to be great.
Yeah. What is it? It was
Between
some-
Alex and Brandon, we're going to have a description of 4 shows that nobody is going to understand.
What was it? It was a shy girl who can sing really good, but also like when she's nervous, she pisses herself.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was the show?
That was the extra character they left out, which thank Christ.
I fucking deal. I'm so glad that that exists as a thing.
Did you ever have something like that, Nick? Where like, oh, thank God this character didn't exist in the anime, or thank God they left it out.
I doubt it.
I can't think of anything.
I can't, like, off the top of my head, think of anything.
In fact, usually you just add a character. Well, in older shows, like shonen shows, they usually add characters for, an arc.
Yeah.
And they'd usually be, like, absolute garbage and bad and just annoying.
Like, I guess they just wanted to add some comedy. That's the only reason I could see her exist.
Maybe.
Never watched Elfen Lied, I wouldn't know.
There was not a lot of, like, source material that I really read
Imagine
back when.
watching, what is it? Berserk, and just, what's the name?
You can end the sentence there. Just imagine watching Berserk, because I can just imagine killing myself slowly.
Oh
Wait,
no, and then
1990s Berserk or,
no, just like imagine you're watching
Either.
Berserk, and all of a sudden, fucking Kazuma shows up.
but, like, Cosmo doesn't piss himself.
No, but
Yeah, Cosmo was arguably, like, an okay character.
no, but just like this character, this
In terms of
the
tone?
Are you
Yeah,
talking about comic relief?
Well, I think he's talking about, like, the tone
Tone.
of this character
Like-
versus the tone of the show as a whole. It's a weird like, example, because it's taking Berserk, which is unquestionably a bad show, and combining it with Kazuma, who is a very popular and decently written character.
I think he's mostly talking about how dark Berserk is versus how lighthearted Cosmo is, or how lighthearted
Yeah,
Konosuba is.
he's
Yeah.
making an argument of tone, but it's weird because you could shift it to be a narrative of, like, horrible show, good character.
Sure,
yeah,
but, like, in terms of a story, people really like Berserk because it's a good story.
I mean, you could basically just say, look at Kill La Kill and the character of whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
Makoto, I think her
yeah,
name was?
Makoto,
Yeah.
I fucking hated her.
president of the Fight Club, who Brandon hates.
yeah.
She was president of I didn't get that far, I guess.
Yeah.
Who
It's
just
like-
existed for comic relief, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
I think I got to the 4th episode and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this.
Reminds me I need to finish up Frank's.
Apparently you don't.
Darling in the Bronx? Yeah, don't save yourself the trouble.
I mean,
What episode you at?
Nick, I'm already too deep in. I might as well.
No.
Otherwise,
What
it's just
episode?
gonna annoy me.
give me the
Like,
episode number.
Apparently, like past 17, it's all
22.
downhill.
Oh,
you're
okay.
so I'm already 3 episodes left? Yeah, might
I
as
think
well.
2. If I don't know, 2 or 3. But yeah, apparently it's just all downhill.
Oh no, yeah. Fucking, they really need new material.
It's all
Instead,
downhill
like-
into a fiery train wreck. that
Apparently
is
they
the
had
final
less
episode.
material because they should have just ended at episode 15.
No,
but
they just like constantly recycle the same shit.
That seems more like, they should have just ended earlier instead of making more.
Apparently, the halfway point would have been a great stopping point, from what I've heard.
No, just like the whole, with Gurren, Kill la Kill, and now Frank's just
That
growing,
type of like
growing
setting
up and becoming an adult and all that, and then space and the secret third enemy that you did not know.
Did Kill la Kill go to space?
Yes.
Yeah, in the very last episode, they go to space
Oh.
where they fight the
What a weird
mom.
time to go to space.
Do they become like galaxy sized?
No,
Oh, then I don't care.
she's definitely not galaxy-sized. Don't make that noise, Alex.
No, I'm trying to
You
remember.
can literally see the Earth in the background of the shot the entire time.
No,
It's
Nick,
not
like,
galaxy-sized.
no, I'm just like, I was trying to remember that scene. I don't remember it that well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made that same noise that we both make whenever Brandon says something and we both question it. Like anytime Brandon makes a noise and we both go, we're questioning what he's saying.
I mean, that's
You
all of
made
us. We
that
all do
noise?
that.
I
We
mean,
all literally do that, except for
I
maybe Jeffrey.
remember.
I mean, I know that we all do that, but like I always think of it as a context of you will say, Brandon and I will make the noise at the same time.
All I remember is big glowing yarn ball.
She does have that, yeah.
I didn't remember the scale of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I'm literally gonna throw this universe like it's a destructo disc.
No.
Yeah.
No, the Earth was in the background of the shot the entire time. They were definitely not. They weren't even bigger than the Earth. They were regular size the whole time.
Planets were not used as boxing gloves.
No,
I mean, even
definitely
in
not.
Tanatope and Gurren Lagann, they weren't used as boxing gloves because they're way
Or
too
like
fucking
they were-
big.
Or they were like throwing them, I don't know.
No, they were literally throwing galaxies at each other. They were too big to use planets as boxing gloves.
Oh, okay. There was a lot of things being thrown in that
Yeah, no,
scene.
they were regular size in Kill la Kill. They were fighting in probably barely space. They were probably just in the upper atmosphere of Earth at most. Seeing as how at the very end she falls back to Earth, which means she's still within the gravitational pull.
Ugh.
Ugh. All right. Should we divide up the shows for next season as to who's taking which two?
Sure.
I'll take Grand Blue, and I will take
Get my note.
Phantom of the
What else?
Twilight.
Oh my
Phantom of the
god.
Twilight.
No.
Oh, Phantom in the Twilight. Okay.
Oh, in the Twilight. Well, I already fucked that up.
There's another Queen's Blade. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Say
That's
no
not the
more.
one that Alex or Jeffrey wanted.
You know.
I always get that confused with the
Oh.
other one that Jeffrey said he wanted. I can never remember.
There was a few that I was interested. Are you talking about Spirit Lawyers? Are you talking about the weird fucking one? Or
I'm talking about the one that starts off with the CG cars.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Sirius the Jaeger.
I think so.
I
So
don't know.
Alex,
We
what
watched
are
a
you,
lot of
what are you gonna
trailers.
take, Alex? We did watch a lot of trailers.
Well, since Jeff is already taking lawyers,
Well, he's
Oh,
not
we're
taking
we're
lawyers because we're not doing
doing
that show.
Lawyers.
oh, you're not? Okay.
Yeah, it starts August 3rd.
All right. One show. I still need to look at these, but one of them I know I want to check out, Banana Fish.
Okay. So Jeffrey or Alex will take Banana Fish, and he will think of on the second show for a little while. Jeffrey, what do you want?
So is anyone planning on taking Backstreet Girls?
Well, that's between you and... Actually, I've already chosen mine, so that's between you guys.
Is everyone okay if I take Backstreet Girls?
Go for it. It's all yours.
You ready for
And
some
then I'll
disappointment?
also take the only one I was the only one who was interested, Shinya Tensei Bakugan.
Okay. You're taking the surreal show.
Coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex, have you thought of a second show yet?
I mean, there's only like a minute.
Yeah, I mean, he's welcome to say no, because I'm expecting no is the answer.
I guess choose yours and then Hugh can choose.
I'll take a look at Jaeger. Why not?
Jaeger?
Sirius the Jaeger.
Jaeger, yeah.
All right, I'll take a
Is-
Sirius the Jaeger. So I guess I'll do Hot Springs and Satsuruku no Tenshi.
Happy Sugar Life.
Fucking no, we're not doing Happy Sugar Life. That shit looks like cancer.
Also,
It looks like
yeah.
Future Diary, but worse in every conceivable way.
Wait, where?
Oh, you
where?
just sparked his interest.
No, because I want to see how bad it is.
That's pretty bad.
Well, worse, way worse. Take fucking whatever the hell her name
Oh.
was. Yuko from
I'm sorry.
Yuno
Oh my
from
God, what is this?
Happy Sugar Life, and instead of being obsessed with a boy, give her a elementary school aged girl to be obsessed with, and
You're a
Uh-huh.
preschool age girl.
Yep.
you have successfully figured out what Happy Sugar Life
This
is
looks
about.
like some cancer bullshit.
It is. It looks like AIDS.
Yeah. And
I mean, according to her prediction, she has AIDS.
and
I think I would rather die than watch that show.
And fucking Lord Vermilion looks like the irregular knight anime. Nick.
Is it
The main character reminds me of him.
Lord of
Lord of
Vermilion?
Vermilion.
Gurren no. Anytime they put two vowels together as a singular word, I never know how to pronounce it.
I mean, I can't even find it. God damn it. Oh, there it is. Oh?
Oh,
Oh.
I feel like I'm not just saying
Ow.
oh. I'm like,
No,
am
no,
I pronouncing?
Oh. You have to give it a
Oh.
little ooh at the end.
Oh,
Nah, it's too,
Oh.
it's too much.
Ooh.
oh, oh,
Oh.
oh! I'm a
God.
Spartan. They did. Oh my god! It's by the studio that did Future Diary. Speaking of,
They don't do a lot.
they do. Yeah, they do basically nothing.
That looks bad.
Oh, they did that show.
Oh.
I feel like we're talking about the same show.
Oh,
Or it
this
did.
is. Oh, this is the anime. I saw.
The Corpse Party?
Oh, never mind. I was talking about the show next to it.
Did any of you like either earlier or in the later podcasts when talking about this take a look at
Oh, another isekai show.
Satsuruku no Tenshi? It's the Grim Reaper thing.
Nick already chose that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Okay, what was the question?
None.
Angels of Death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I picked it.
I've been seeing. I saw a clip of it.
I think it looks good.
Wait,
it looks
does she
interesting.
actually run away after she says kill me?
Yes.
God
So
damn it.
there is context though. She doesn't
Okay.
want to die at the start of the episode, but then she remembers her backstory and wants to die at the end of the episode.
Okay, then that's the end.
That's why
Alright.
she runs away at the beginning and then is ready to die at the end.
Well, look, what I asked was, does she actually run away after saying kill me? I assume she
Oh,
says kill
after
me
saying
at the
kill
end of the
me.
episode.
I'm sorry. No, she doesn't run away at the end of the episode.
Okay.
She actually goes hunting him down and is like, "Kill me, please."
You're like running
Kill me
away,
or I'll kill
and then she like stops in the middle of her track. She's like, "Oh my god, I want this!" And then she just runs towards him.
Well, she meets another character and it gets weird for a little bit, and then I'm glad that he's now gone. The other character that they meet, he's gone forever, and it'll just be the two of them. I think it'll be much better going forward now.
Oh.
Is he really gone forever? Remember, in
He
media,
got-
they're never gone forever. They can
It's
always
true.
bring them back.
He got
Yeah, unless
shanked
they
in the back with the
explicitly
scythe.
Oh,
But do we see him die explicitly?
No,
I mean,
that doesn't
that's-
even matter. We could see a character fucking die, and they can still be brought back to life.
Yeah.
For some
Okay, Brendan's
stupid
just bitter
reason.
about one show that did that.
This
show?
Huh.
No, that's a rule in
Uh,
movies. If they don't die on screen, they're not dead.
Fucking All Noah Zero.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking in general.
Oh, I know that anytime we bring up or you bring up Aldo Noah Zero, you complain about the fact that three characters die and they come back in the second season. I think.
Well, they don't get shot in the head.
They get shot in the head and they come back?
Yeah, all of them. One of them actually gets a superpower because he gets a bionic guy.
It's dumb.
Hyphy.
Right?
Huh. This show. I'll have to take a look.
One of them doesn't really live because she like gets stuck in like a little tube to keep her alive.
She's like one of the Futurama like heads in jars.
More like a full body in jar, but then she gets better at the end.
Yeah, I was
She
shot in the
gets better
face,
at
but I got
being-
better.
She got shot 3 times, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Each
All
one
of them
made her
in the
stronger.
face, or
Next
just
time
they
she's gonna be
start
in
going up?
bullets.
Like one in the chest, one I'm pretty sure in the skull. None on the shoulder, I think. Don't remember.
Okay. We have no My Hero Academia episode to talk about because they took a week off, but next week we will be starting the Hero License arc. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly.
I thought it was the internship arc.
Are they just skipping the Hero License arc?
Aren't they doing the soup special move thing?
I was not
That's-
aware that the show was still like I thought it just ended with the United States of Smash and All for One
No,
going
they
to
moved
jail.
into the
Yeah,
dorms.
Jeff,
moving
yes,
indoors.
they just stopped there. That was the end. There's no
Stop
more.
this- Yeah.
Yeah, they stopped the whole
Oh.
show. The United States of Smash, they didn't resolve anything else. They just stopped it right there.
No, why have all the other shows that season end then? But not
Because this
My
is
Hero.
something called a 2-course show where it spans 2 seasons.
Okay, well, I didn't fucking know that. Don't pretend like this is just some common knowledge where everything ends except
Well,
for a few shows.
under the
This is
listing
very
for the
common
show,
knowledge, actually, Jeffrey.
Is it really?
under the
Yes.
listing of the show, it also says 24 episodes.
I'm not.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't know that. I can't read.
Also, after the United States of Smash episode, there's 2 more episodes, I think, or 3
One.
more episodes.
1 more episode.
Really? It's just 1?
Yeah, they move into the dorms and then they have a break. At least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if the whole apology thing was part of United States of Smash, yeah.
No, because there's a. Well, okay, yeah. If you're putting the apology thing in there, because I was gonna say there's the apology episode and there's the moving into the dorms episodes. That's
Oh
at least
yeah,
2 episodes.
those both are together. Yeah, so one episode after that.
No, it's 2 episodes. The apology thing is different from the moving into the dorms. Those are 2 different episodes.
Oh yeah, he's trying to get permission, and then they move into the dorms.
Yeah. So there's at least 2 episodes
No,
after.
there are 2 episodes. Those are the
Okay.
episodes. Let me just double check.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's actually common knowledge that those are 2 episodes, Brandon. So
Jeffrey, shut the fuck up.
Jeffrey, seriously though, this is not new. The 2-course thing is not new. We've definitely talked about this before.
I clearly wasn't paying attention
We're aware.
as I'm off to do.
I'm sorry that you had to go play Battle Block Theater for the first half of book club instead of paying attention.
Well, you guys definitely didn't talk about My Hero in the first half of book club today.
No,
talked
but
about
we definitely,
Static Shock.
we definitely talked about how long seasons were, and we talked about them as 2-course things. We talked about there were shows that were 2 courses, and we mentioned
Today?
that. Today,
Core.
yes.
It's a core, not a course.
Whatever, I call them courses because
That's
core is a
stupid.
horrible word. The word core is stupid!
There's a lot of words that are stupid. I'm not saying the word course is stupid, just in the context of this is dumb because there's already a word that describes what you're trying to say.
It's it's barely a word. It's an Americanized Japanese word.
Core?
Yeah, C-O-U-R is an Americanized Japanese word.
Huh, you're right. I would have guessed French.
Shocking! Nick can actually know things.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! From Japanese, from French, core.
Oh, fuck off.
Bitch! Which, by the way, also ties into course. Because that's where I get the word
So,
course from.
looping all the way back to... Nick's
No
not
one is
entirely
right.
wrong. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong, but also nobody's right.
This reminds me, we used to get in a lot of arguments when we were in high school, where we would also, like, figure that out, that we weren't wrong and weren't right at the same time. Sometimes I'm pretty sure we, like, fought about the same thing. We, like, fought for the same side.
There were a couple times we would do that. There were times in which somebody would fundamentally misunderstand an argument, or what one person would misunderstand what the other person was saying, and so we would argue basically 2 different arguments we were arguing, and so we were both right, but neither of us could understand what the other was saying.
Fun times in
We
high
were
school.
we were fucking geniuses. It's a miracle that we graduated.
It is.
But yes, so the next season or the next course, if they're following the source material, is the hero license arc,
Okay.
and then it's the
Okay.
internship arc.
Oh, right, because they haven't gotten the licenses yet.
Yes.
No.
And the reason that I'm 100% certain they're not, I'm mostly certain they're not doing the internship arc next is because the internship arc is like twice as long as the hero license arc.
I mean, I doubt the hero license arc is going to take... Well, no, I just remember you talking about the arcs, and I just thought the internship arc was after All for One.
Yeah, because I said that it was because I'd forgotten about the hero license arc.
Okay.
Because I'm looking forward to the internship arc because then you get to meet my next favorite set of villains in the 6 Precepts of Death,
Okay.
who
Sounds
are
like
all
fun.
wonderful.
Do they have numbers? Are they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6?
Well, there's just 6 of them. They're not
Aw.
numbered like that.
They're not like the robots from
Unfortunately,
Mahou
no.
Ore. Wait, were they even numbered? I don't think they actually were
Yes,
numbered.
they were.
They were?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were.
They were numbered.
They had numbers on the bags, I think.
No, they had colors.
They had the colored scarves. I remember that, but I felt like they also were wearing their numbers somewhere.
Like on the
Maybe I'm
face
wrong.
mask, right?
I thought so. I thought they were wearing them on like the bags they had over their heads.
I mean, I can't read, so...
I don't know Japanese at all, so
It could just say guy on there.
yeah. Dude, other dude, other dude, other
Robot
dude.
Man.
Static Shock was okay.
It was all right. I enjoyed it. It was good to look back and remember. Try and remember what television was like back before we could talk about, whole seasons and had an internet to complain on about shows. Back when the only time we would talk about shows is when you would go talk with your friends about it on the playground. And even then, we could barely put it into words. We were just like, this show's cool.
We can still barely put it into words.
That's because we suck at the English language. We can barely get through sentences because we're all idiots. We should be able to have insightful discussions about these shows. Back then, we were physically incapable of it.
I won't deny that.
Also, back then, we didn't have, as much... We didn't have as many things to compare shows to.
Yeah.
So everything you watched was, the first time you'd seen something in that genre. Like, the first time you watched Avatar was the first time you'd watched a show like that, and you're like, it's so fucking awesome! Except for you obviously didn't say that because we were all in elementary school and swearing was super no-no.
Ah, yes. Nick was raised in a Christian household.
I was.
Actually, all of us were.
I'm not just a Christian household, a Catholic household.
I keep forgetting that.
It was very jarring when I went to middle school and people were all of a sudden swearing and I was like, are we doing this now? Is this a thing?
Oh no, but I'm not allowed to.
Yeah. Funny how 3 out of 4 of us went to Catholic school.
And I got older and I was like,
I don't think Nick went to
fucking
Catholic school. I think he went to Sunday school.
I went to Sunday school a lot.
Oh, Sunday school, right.
Yeah.
I did not go to Sunday school.
Yeah, Jeffrey went to homeschool.
I was
I've only been-
homeschooled, and then I went to a Catholic school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then I went to a middle.
I
Then
keep
I went to
getting,
public middle school,
Nick's-
where I was
I keep
severely
getting
bullied.
mixed up.
And then I went to Holmes. After that,
I don't know what you just said because Alex was
I don't know.
talking over
All I
you.
caught was the bully thing, and then you came to
was the
Annandale and you
important
met me,
part.
and then
Yeah.
I bully you, and I call myself your friend.
yeah. See, the bullying is different. In that, I'm telling myself that you guys are my friends.
It's
It
it's
hurts just a
different.
little bit less.
Before I just go home and cry about it. Now it's.
I mean, aren't
Now
you
it's
home
like, I
already?
meet up with
To
you
be
guys
fair,
every
though, to be
Sunday.
fair, in the course of Anime Book Club, I want to say you have probably bullied yourself the most.
Oh hell.
Oh,
yeah.
100%. That's my way of taking it back. Is that I self.
We just repeat
Like
what
you,
you said about yourself.
willingly posted those pictures of yourself, and I said you were my hero.
You throw yourself under the bus in this podcast way more than me.
You don't
Oh,
throw
well,
yourself under the
yeah.
bus at all.
I do.
When?
When me and Nick talked about hentai.
It's true.
Oh.
It's true. We did. Every once in a while, I
Oh.
can draw that at Alex.
Yeah.
So speaking of throwing myself under the bus, are
Oh,
we ever going to
God
watch
damn it.
that movie that I was in?
Yes,
Oh,
we
right.
are.
Is that going to
absolutely
be an anime
bastard.
book club thing? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna do that the same week that we do the Panties show. We'll do your movie and the Panties show at the same time.
Okay.
When's that coming out? I'll look it up later.
Soonish.
August, I think.
I think. Hold on, I can look it up because I'm still on the page. It is coming out in the first week of, or the second week of August, August 9th.
Okay then.
So there you go. You can look forward to that.
Do I have to?
What? Watch the Panties show or
Well,
watch
I'm
Jeff's
already looking
movie?
forward to that. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I was like, you were the one who was excited for this the most. I feel like
This is true.
after I proposed this, you were the one who most bit into it as an idea that we were gonna run with.
I was gonna watch it regardless, though.
I will just continue to posit ideas, and if nobody like takes them up with me, I don't continue with them. Somebody else needs to grab onto an idea before I start to push it. If somebody promises me that they will watch the Panties show with me, I'm willing to watch it. If nobody else will watch it with me, I'm not going to be the only person.
Alex Jeffrey, will you join in?
I'll do it. I'll do it for the book club.
I mean, to be honest, you didn't have a choice, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I
remember to
could
lock
just
your
not
door.
watch it like I did with half of my first season at Anime Book Club.
That's because you're a horrible member of book club. Are you going to watch your movie with us?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to get fucked up though.
Okay,
I'm gonna-
that's fine.
I don't want to watch that sober, because the whole time I'm going to be cringing at myself.
I want to watch
It's
that
like,
sober.
no.
I have to
Uh,
watch that
we have to-
sober.
We have to
Sober.
watch it.
Sober.
We have to watch it when we're all back at VA, though.
You mean Christmas?
Aren't you guys coming during the summer?
I'm coming for like a week and a half.
That's plenty of time.
Well, isn't it like a week and a half in July though?
August something through the something, early August. So I think the 6th through the 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
You'll be around that time too, right, Nick?
Yes, I'll be back
Yeah.
eventually.
Awesome. Hey, screaming
I'll-
at Jeffs.
I don't know.
Dude, speaking of the other thing we wanted to do at Jeff's in
Oh, and your
playing
sister
Mario.
will be there too. We can watch.
Oh
that.
God, no.
And your
No.
parents.
Nope. Nick is putting a hard veto on this. I'm using a founder's veto. No.
Okay, fine. Just the four of us.
I found
Nobody else-
founder's veto your veto.
You're willing to watch this in front of other people, Brandon.
Wait,
You.
what was the proposition?
Watching Jeffrey's show and the Panties show in front of his sisters and his
Oh,
parents.
I just meant the just video.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant both of them, and I was like, no.
no.
Oh, I had
No.
a heart attack for a second there.
I thought you were talking about doing like a live episode of watching both of them and then talking about them, and I was like, no, hard veto. We are not doing that.
I mean, we can like.
Nobody
record
else
it
can be
live.
present when I watch that show.
I
I
mean, just talk about
mean,
recording it live, which I'd be okay with doing.
uh,
I need to buy microphones.
Because we also talked about doing a
Oh, the fucking
to play
run.
Mario and get
Oof.
Jeff to hate us again.
yes, I'm
Get
all down
Jeff
for
to call
that.
me a cunt for a second year or a second time in a row.
I'm slightly better than I was when I was younger.
No,
We were
younger.
we are not that much
No.
older, Jeffrey.
Wait,
Do not
wait,
say
wait.
when you were
That
younger.
was that
You were
was
18.
2 years. I was 17 when I called you a cunt. I'm 23 now. That's 6 years difference.
I
Oh my
worked you up into a
God.
fine lather that day until you broke down. You dead ass to my face almost screamed, "You are a cunt," in my mouth, and I lost it. I think I laid down and could not play for like 3
I
minutes.
think I remember tears.
I
Uh,
think I cried. It was so good.
You know what's the best part?
What?
This is like one of the first levels.
Yeah. No, was it?
No, it was the last world.
It was the
Oh,
last
I,
one. It was Bowser's
I
Castle.
remember it. It was Bowser's Castle with the fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
You stole my shit.
Yeah.
I remember.
Jeffrey, never forget. Clementine, will remember this.
Yeah. Jeffrey remembers all these years later why I was a cunt to him in one video game one time.
Yeah.
More man, it's kind of old time.
God damn it.
Jeffrey's been
no,
nursing this. It's like
thing
you
is-
with Mario Party.
Never
The thing
again.
is, I'm just bad at video games. I've come to realize that now.
Except for dancing games, you're apparently good at.
I'm not even that good. Like that's something
You kicked
that
all our asses at
It's true, you
Jorge's
did.
house. What when we did Dance Central, I think.
Alex, I just think you have no rhythm.
Guilty
No,
feet.
there are other people that he beats. God. Oh, Jeff. There is a game I need to play with you.
what?
Detroit.
Become human.
Yes.
Is that a single player game?
It's a co-op.
It's a single, but you can control up to 3 characters. Pass it around, and all that.
All right.
What?
It's an interesting way to play it.
Yeah. It's by fucking David Cage. So
Essentially it's like a visual novel, Brandon.
yeah.
But there's essentially 3 main characters and 3 main storylines. And so yeah, I guess-
wait, is it like GTA, but instead you just pass
No.
on the controller when you're like
Kind of.
No.
not exactly, because the characters don't interact that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's hard to I can't really think of a good example of a similar like multi-narrative
Whoa.
kind of story. It would be
Actually-
like GTA if the characters never interacted. If they all had their own stories, but all of the stories were happening in the same place, so they were all like affecting each other indirectly.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I think I got it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some context, it helps.
I've heard good things about the game.
Yeah.
What
I
cicada
also-
species do you guys want to be?
What?
What?
What
What
spe-
cicada species?
Yeah.
Species is. I
Is
know.
there an
okay.
African fighting cicada?
That would be Alex.
Alex is the... Okay.
Okay.
Can I be an albino cicada? Because I'm white as fuck.
No, this is
the
special and
Magis
cool.
cicada.
You'd
the
be
Magis
just like
cicada
one of
at
100
Trent
cicadas.
Why do you ask me what cicada I want to be if every cicada type I suggest, you're like, no, not that one. Pick another one. No, not that one. Pick another one. Just pick for me then. Fuck it. I'm not going to suggest another one. Just pick whatever cicada you want.
I'm gonna
for me.
make you the
Clearly,
Medoofs of cicadas.
go for it. I suggested 2
Please.
different cicadas. You were just like, no.
Nah.
No, that's not the right kind of cicada, Nick.
What cicada do you want to be? FYI, there is a right answer.
Then why are you giving me choice?
It's the illusion of
Oh.
choice which is important here.
I know.
They all look the same.
Ah, that's racist, Jeffrey. We just watched Static Shock. What's wrong with you?
You're a racist. I hate you.
Uh.
But yeah, over the past week, I've been so bored that I decided I was going to use my Switch again. So I bought Mario Odyssey and then proceeded to beat the entire game in 3 days.
What the fuck?
I beat every single mission, including
Oh.
both the boss rush that is Dark Side and the platforming section that is Darker Side.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
For some context, Nick is neat.
I am indeed. I have taken over Brandon's title of Resident.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I haven't
Um,
been neat in like 4 months.
Yeah, but you were. I guess there was never a book club in which you were the resident neat. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, there was. We
Was
started
there?
this since January.
Okay. Well, I mean, we missed so many weeks that like what episode it is no longer an accurate representation of how long it's been.
It's been
So
like
at the
half
end
a
of
year.
this, at the end of this upcoming season, at the end of summer, it will have been 1 full year that we've been doing this.
No, because we started halfway through winter.
Well, yeah, true. We started halfway through. We started halfway through fall.
This is correct, yes.
Nick.
I keep
how
thinking
is-
that December is winter.
Yeah, it's so weird. I hate it.
Oh, God. Nick, how's the race war going in Splatoon?
Oh, I haven't played Splatoon in so long.
Oh, okay.
I should play that again.
It's Inklings versus Octolings.
Octolings, yeah.
Yeah.
The new DLC race. I finally looked at it and I was surprised that they brought in Octolings as like a race.
Yeah. Race war, race war.
I mean, at some point they had to, right?
Yeah.
Because the fucking Octoling girl was the clearly superior choice.
Yeah.
What was his name? Like
I
Marina?
Think so.
yeah, and then Pearl.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I've been warming up to Pearl a lot because of fucking Twitter.
Have you? Pearl's awful.
Well,
I'm not
there you
denying
go. Perfect
that.
for Alex.
I'm not denying that.
I
It's
thought, oh.
it's kind of like Totodile in Pokemon. It's
What?
like,
Totodile's amazing.
Totodile's
No.
good though.
What the fuck is
No,
your
like-
problem?
no, like normally because like
Choose your
What
words
are the
carefully.
other options in that
If you
generation?
just played-
Fucking,
if you just played the game, like you wouldn't really. You would choose what you choose, but like because
What?
of the
What?
show. No, but because of the show, you fucking loved the shit out of Totodile. He was the best.
the Totodile was the best though.
Yeah, like regardless.
Because what were the other two options? Was it fucking
Cyndaquil and
Cyndaquil and
Chikorita?
Chikorita.
Right?
By the way,
Yeah.
Cyndaquil
Chikorita
is
was
also a good
awful.
choice. Chikorita's.
I like
yeah, yeah.
Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil's fun. Typhlosion looks cool, but Totodile just is better.
Cyndaquil, or not Cyndaquil, but Typhlosion looks cool. Feraligatr was objectively the best.
Yes.
I've never seen Typhlosion, but I fucking love Feraligatr. Yeah.
Like Feraligatr, not only just Totodile from the show, but like stat-wise, Feraligatr was the best choice.
I never had them in game.
Actually, he really wasn't because he was water type, and back then water type attacks always did special damage. But after they fixed that, he became a lot better.
Did they fix that for Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
They fixed that with the 4th generation, where there's actual like special and physical type moves.
I mean, but I mean, like when they went back and remade them, was it
Yes.
fixed or did they? Okay.
No, yeah, like it's not that it wasn't fixed. It's just that in the first 3 games, it was split even. Like fighting attacks always did physical damage, even if it made sense that it was a special attack. Water moves always did special damage. Like even something like Waterfall, which you hit a Pokemon with it, like physically hit a Pokemon, that was still considered special. So
Good to know.
yeah, and this wasn't like changed until the 4th generation, where there was finally like delineation between this normal move is physical and this other normal move is special. After that brought a lot of other Pokemon into to be actually not garbage. Because before, Gyarados, like even though he's a fucking powerhouse, he's absolutely useless because all the water moves are special.
Did I miss
This has
something?
been yet
Why
another
is-
episode of Brandon.
Why
Pokemon
is
Master.
special damage bad?
It's not that it's bad, it's that each Pokemon has a attack stat and a special attack stat. Gyarados' special attack is fucking booty. Feraligatrs isn't that great either. You want him to be dishing out physical moves, so he actually uses his attack instead of his special attack.
Isn't that why on the other side of it in the first game, Alakazam is broken as fuck?
Well, Alakazam has really good special attack, and Psychic was
And-
already a special attack anyways. So,
Right. So all of his psychic moves are really good and get stab, and he has like high as fuck speed, so he always goes first.
Yes. So Alakazam was buku broken.
In the first 2 games, if I remember correctly.
Only the first one, because I think in the first one Psychic did 100, and they nerfed it back to 90, or nerfed it down to 90.
Okay.
And that's where they also added Dark types and Steel types.
You right. That's when they brought in my favorite Pokemon, Umbreon. The clearly superior evolution.
Oh, I actually have a little plushie for Umbreon that I bought in New York.
Umbreon
Oh,
is
dope.
great.
Yeah. I remember I was playing a Nuzlocke run of, I think it was Crystal. And I got to it was also randomized. So I got to this one fucking little route. I go into the grass to catch my first Pokemon. And it's a fucking shiny Umbreon. But I hadn't seen Umbreon in ages. So I just thought it was a normal one. And I was like, I don't want this shit. So I killed it. I went across the route again. Because I accidentally went into the grass because I couldn't catch a Pokemon anymore. But I went in and I saw another Umbreon. But this time it had yellow spots instead of blue spots. And I was like, huh, what the fuck is this thing doing? Why is it yellow? Is this the shiny one? So I went to go look it up. And that's when I realized my mistake. And I was sad. But I
Your
caught
mistake.
an
The
actual.
horrible, no good, very awful thing you did.
But now I have a golden Altaria, so I don't really care. I call him my nugget. He's a little golden nugget. Anyways, I'm gonna sell out to Game Freak for making Pokemon because I've been playing it.
All right, that's a thing to sell out to.
Segways.
I'm going to sell it to the makers of Pokemon for creating literally one of the popular games ever.
Even more Pokemon games, even though I'll never play them.
Yeah, I've only beaten Red. It's the only Pokemon game I've beaten.
Actually, fuck that. Fuck Game Freak. I'm gonna sell out to Intelligent Systems for making Fire Emblem and for making Paper Mario. Jeffrey, who would you like to sell out to?
I'll sell out to the subreddit Thanos Did Nothing Wrong for their dedication to perfect balance. They are going to ban half the sub, and when they announced this, they went from about 50,000 subscribers to 400,000. So now they have to ban 200,000 people. It's going to be July 9th. So
Tomorrow.
at a
You can say
random
tomorrow.
time, we don't know when, but it's going to happen. I might be banned, I might not. Next
Are they
week,
only
I'll be able
banning
to tell you.
subscribers?
So they
you
can't
had-
do that because the API doesn't allow them to get subscriber list from subreddit. What they have to do is you have to comment or have some sort of like footprint on the subreddit so that they can
Yeah.
have their crawler search your username and then ban you that way.
Got it. That makes more sense.
Yes, I've left a comment. I'm ready.
You've put yourself into the lottery.
I'm ready to not feel so good.
Did you comment ban me daddy? Because that's mostly what people have been doing.
I don't remember what I commented. It was some Thanos. I googled Thanos quote, and I copied and pasted. Then I switched it like around a little bit to make it about the ban instead of the thing. But I did that like an hour after the post was made, and it already had like just way too fucking many comments, so it got buried.
I mean, it's not like it was gonna get uploaded anyway.
Yeah,
It's you.
it's
That's
not
true.
very original, probably.
Well, no, literally everyone's been doing that. Also, they've been getting gilded. So it doesn't matter. You just need to be like one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah. So I'm excited to do it. They got the voice actor for Thanos
You just say
to
Josh
post a
Brolin.
video about it. They got the Russo brothers to approve of the perfect balance of the Thanos subreddit.
All right, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I will go ahead and sell out to the entire country of Belgium for
No, fucking
knocking
it up.
Brazil out of the World Cup. It was amazing to watch Neymar get his comeuppance for rolling around on the ground and screaming in
fuck
pain
Neymar.
like a horrible person. It was wonderful, and I kind of now hope that Belgium wins.
No, it's coming home, boys.
It's not.
Coming home.
It's coming home. What are we now, British? My people fought to not be part of that country, that nation. It will never be coming home to me.
But now the cameraman won't get to get those shots of all those Swedish girls.
That was my favorite thing, is the contrast between like Sweden and it was all just hot blonde girls, and then England and it was all like 50-year-old dudes with their shirts off at the beginning of suntan or sunburn, and you're just like, why guy, why are you doing this? Go back to the Swedish girls. Why have you forsaken me, cameraman?
I kind of want Croatia to win.
I'm not a fan of Luka Modric, so I kind of don't want him to win.
Let's see who else. It's Croatia.
It's Croatia,
England,
England, Belgium, and France.
Oh, why did I forget France?
Because France is very forgettable.
I mean, they've won a World Cup before, multiple.
Yes, but they're also France now.
But
I mean,
Mbappe,
they won World Cups back in the day.
back
and
in the
then
day.
time-
They won one 8 years ago. Sorry, 12
No,
years
they
ago.
didn't.
12 years
Okay,
ago.
that's yeah. They won one 8 years ago. They were called Spain at the time, but they won one, right?
But Mbappe, he's the key.
Yeah, a 19-year-old is the key.
I mean, he did really well against the Argentina game.
it's also Argentina, Brendan. I hate to break it to you, but your national team is not that great.
Yo, that fucking defense, though. Also, they
That's
switched out
everything except for
coach.
your attack.
Also, they switched out coaches like 3 times.
Yeah. Argentina did not set themselves up great for this year's
Still,
World Cup.
Mbappe's goals were like fucking fantastic.
I
He
mean,
also had another
again,
goal this
he's
last
good. I mean, he's a great player, but he's a 19-year-old. The pressure will get to him at some point, I'm convinced.
Nah, I believe in him.
I don't.
Alex?
I think Belgium can do it.
I'll sell it to Studio Trigger. They make good stuff when they decide not to use the same goddamn ideas.
You mean that's all they ever do is go to space and blow stuff up?
They've made, yeah, but I would rather they like try to like have something different.
Like Ninja Slayer? Or,
That's
sorry, Ninja Cop.
you're thinking of two different ones, but sure. Yeah, just wish they like their next big thing is not like heavily reliant on like previous stuff like Kill la Kill and
Well, seeing as how their new thing is called SSSS Gridman, which it's just a reboot, not a reboot, but like a remake of an older show.
This has been another episode of Book Club.
Has
Thank you all
it?
for joining us. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I'm mostly asking whether it's been an episode.
I mean, it's been... Well, okay.
It's been
this
an
has
hour
been
and a
another
half.
2 hours of Book Club.
Hour and a half.
But
Good day, sir.
I said farewell, sir.
You win nothing.